You've likely heard that Hurricane Harvey has dropped a staggering amount of rain in lower Texas, almost 52 inches in some areas, which is more than New York gets in a 16-month period. This has led to question if global warming is a factor in the equation of how bad and devastating this hurricane is. To understand this, let's talk about some of the basics of weather, global warming, and hurricanes. One of the basic components of weather is boundaries. One type of boundary is a cold front, which is a large zone of cold air. Another type is a warm front, which is a large zone of warm air. When these two fronts meet, it's called a contested or stationary front. They basically fight it out until one front overtakes the others. While this happens, the fronts don't move, which is how it gets its name, stationary. One of these contested fronts was directly in Harvey's path, and this made it so that when Harvey hit land, the hurricane rammed right into the contested front and could not progress into Texas and disperse the rain like a normal hurricane would. Added to this was the fact that Harvey was able to strengthen in warm Gulf waters from a tropical depression into a Category 4 hurricane after it originally hit Mexico. This warm water is why Harvey was able to cause so much rain and flooding. Over the past couple hundred years, the Earth's temperature has slowly risen, and so has the sea level. We've actually noticed that the sea level has risen twice of what it usually does in the past 20 years across the globe. Couple this with rising temperature of the water, and a natural disaster is waiting to happen in the Gulf of Mexico. This natural disaster's name? Harvey. Warmer water temperatures means that more water evaporates into the atmosphere. Then more of it becomes a part of the massive low pressure system that is a hurricane. The low pressure of the hurricane then creates the water level to increase even more. The low pressure system shoots air out from the middle at high speed, which is why hurricanes have strong winds as well as storm surges. This massive amount of circling wind also makes it a lot easier for tornadoes to form. These tornadoes are harder to spot than ones in the Midwest because of stronger winds, more rain, and more debris. After hitting Texas for a while, Harvey moved back over the Gulf because of this stationary front. This caused it to gather more energy from the already warm water. This didn't strengthen him, but because of this, he didn't lose his momentum and continued to be a tropical storm, which he would have lost his momentum had he stayed on land. So finally, we ask ourselves the question, was Hurricane Harvey affected by global warming? Yes. As I mentioned earlier, the higher, warmer water definitely did strengthen the storm. There's no doubting that. We'll know more in the coming days after the National Weather Service is able to gather more data after the flooding clears. Reporting from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln for Global Student Square, I'm Science Editor Ian Mason.